Hello, everyone. Welcome to D6 Damage. We have a very special episode for you all today. We are embarking upon the Akashic Paths. This is a roguelike version of Pathfinder 1st Edition. And we have none other than the creator of Akashic Paths, Threeden, here to walk us through how it works. Say hello, Threeden.
Hello, everybody.
I am joined by our beloved Dice Bag crew, including D12.
Good day.
D8.
I'm here.
And D10.
Oh my god, I'm still alive?
Yes, so alive. But not for much longer if Threeden has his way.
Perhaps I'll even be allowed to kill you twice if someone manages to find resurrection. That I'd appreciate.
Let's see, I think the record still goes to D12 at 5, was it?
Really? In a normal game of Pathfinder?
Beautiful.
We had a rod of resurrection and he was brutal.
I see.
Murder time.
Good times.
Well, I've definitely had Akashic Paths games when they get to the high CRs. It's not all that rare for. If you're running spontaneous cure, I've definitely had people who die like every single solitary round and get revived with Breath of Life every single round just to keep on fighting.
Define high tier.
Wait. It was, well, they were fighting CR 30 plus monsters, so.
High tier.
Yes. Kind of the highest in Pathfinder generally. I mean, I guess there are homebrew monsters, but which actually they were fighting a homebrew monster. The fight I'm thinking of, they were fighting Sephiroth. I wouldn't worry about it too much. He's very strong. So you have started recording, but of course, am I going through all of the rules for the recording as well?
Yeah. Just walk us through it.
Okay, sure, that's no problem. So yes, the Akashic Paths is basically, as D6 mentioned, it's a roguelike Pathfinder 1E, but not the sort of standard tabletop version of it, which is, you build a regular character and go through a dungeon. It is sort of more leaning towards the video game side of it, where it's mostly a classless system. All of your abilities are randomized, as you'll see once you get your characters. There are still classes in the game, but they only determine kind of what types of roles you're going to get. So, for instance, all of your class abilities are essentially perks now in the game. And you can get fighter perks that will be abilities specifically from a fighter, or like magic perks, which are just all magical classes. Actually, generally, they're more for what a magical character would like. But yeah, Casino, for instance, I think I'm stuck in my head, but I know there are definitely lots of magic perks that end into martial. Like, for instance, there's a sorcerer ability where you get a bonus to strength. Obviously, that's a martial perk. But yeah, I'll go into there. Before we go into character creation, I'll just go over some of the basic rules changes in the game, just so you guys know exactly what it is you'll be expecting. As I mentioned, there's the way the classes will be built. That may sound complicated, but it'll actually make a ton of sense once you guys get into it. For actual, real big differences to the game, a couple of balancing changes as far as power attack, 2-weapon fighting, and proficiencies go. First of all, there are no proficiencies. Anyone can use anything, and there also is no spell failure chance for wizards. You still do have to have a free hand, and it obviously limits your movement, but it doesn't stop you from casting. So that's somewhat important. On top of that, spells are as easy to get as buying them for gold, basically. So you don't think that once you pick a fighter, you're going to be limited to only hitting stuff with a stick. There are plenty of characters who start off thinking that they're going to be a martial character, but they roll like absolute garbage and then pick up a really good spell later on and they just decide to transition over. That's totally normal. And the reason that they can do that kind of thing is because Daily uses are basically completely gone in the Akashic Paths. Everything is going to be working off of a spell point system. The way spell points are determined is basically your class has spell points per level, as well as a base spell point amount, and then you'll get bonus spell points depending on your mental stats. For the way to get the most spell points, all that really matters is your highest mental stat, but the other two do factor in. They're just kind of like a flat bonus, so it's not super massive. The next big thing to know about playing the game is all of your stuff. So when you make your character, you will get plenty of stuff per level. So each time you level up, you get 4 different types of stats rolls, and on top of that, depending on what your perks you have, you'll get additional stuff additional stuff per level. So you get like 2 or 3 spell rolls and a maneuver roll, whatever it is. But most of the equipment and stuff that you're going to be getting from the game, you're actually going to be buying for the gold that you find throughout the maps. So each thing has its price. You'll see it once you get into it. But that's the main way that your character will be powering up. Mm-hmm. So one big key: it's a movement action to pick up treasure. You have to be. It does not provoke an attack of opportunity to pick up treasure. But if it comes to gold, only one person has to pick it up, and it's accessible to the whole party. Well, you have an individual pool of gold, but if one person picks it up, all the players will be getting it. But for other roles, like weapon rolls, each person has to buy them individually, and they have to actually go to the chest specifically to buy them. You can move chests, but that's a more complicated thing. And then lastly, players do have a bag of equipment that they share amongst all of the people. So that'll contain all of your equipment, potions, and stuff like that. And if you put it in your bag, another player can pull it out of their bag. But there are a lot of vague rules that are difficult to explain right off the bat. But once you get into it, everything will make perfect sense. So with that out of the way, I guess I'll make sure if anyone has any kinds of questions they want to ask.
I think I'm good and ready to get into character creation anytime.
All right.
What about
okay.
you guys?
I think I'll just ask as they come up.
All right. Sounds good. Then I'm going to go ahead and roll everybody's classes. So I can see whatever's on your character sheet. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and I can drop in to see what's happening. Usually, one of the other big things about the Akashic Paths is it's a lot more. The way I say it is a lot more game and a lot less role play. So, strategizing your characters, figuring out who's going to play what, all that kind of thing is all a very good idea. And of course, you won't need any kind of backstory for this.
And metagamers.
Yes, there are.
Is there anyone who plays Pathfinder who isn't a Munchkin or min-maxer?
That's what I think.
I was about to say this is a Power Gamer's power game.
Yes.
Why do you think I left?
Yeah, the game is certainly very high power level, except for when it's not. Except for when you die to the first combat, because 4 party members had 6 HP, and an armor class of 10.
That's just level 1. Level 1 is always brutal, no matter what system you're on.
I had a player roll up a character with 97 starting hit points, like last week. It's the most we've ever seen, actually. Yeah, I know you're like, what? I know you're thinking, like, what? How is that possible? You'll see.
Right. Yeah. Let's get to it. I want to see this character creation.
So, one of the to you wondering, the tank has a D14 hit dice in the system, and one of the stat rolls you can get, it's legendary, gives you an extra hit dice. Tanks get the most hit dice most stat rolls in the game, 5 of them, in fact. And he had 20 Constitution off of Caregin and rolled 4 extra hit dice. So it happens. Now, his attack mod was absolutely awful. His character was nothing more than a giant meat sponge. But hey, like I said, it's roguelike, so
delicious.
Yeah. So there are 12 classes, but as I'm sure some of you are noticing, that that can't be all of them. Yeah, it's because you do get a random selection of 6 of the total 12 classes. So
do we click anything to get our character sheets, or do you give?
Oh, did you not join the website?
So it appears to be that the character sheets are going through the Akashic Paths website.
Yes, that's
and
correct.
The map will be going through Roll20.
Yes, that's. Oh, sorry.
So
you asked me a question, but you were.
There was a link, D6, in the chat.
Okay, because I am connected to the Dice Gang server. Do you see me in there?
I do see you in here. It says you're connected.
I'm also in here, and I'm picking stuff.
You're picking stuff?
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to pick.
Do you see above at the top it says see new role?
No?
Yeah, thing booted up, giving me 6 of the 12.
Yeah.
I guess I just have a single question. Eldritch Knight is a prestige class. Is that supposed to be the Magus?
They're not. I mean, it could be Magus, but the class is actually defined as being a little bit tankier. The classes aren't necessarily the default Pathfinder classes, but it seems we may have had a slight connection issue to some of the people. I'm not exactly sure why.
I'm connected.
I'm just gonna get in again.
Yeah, sure. Have you joined already? I'm going to remove you from the server and just make sure that this works. Did anybody make accounts before joining?
I did not. Is that necessary?
No, it's not necessary.
I might have. I don't remember it.
Okay. Do you see stuff now, D6?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Is anybody else not getting their character?
I'm rejoining to see if that does anything.
Okay.
Oh, that's. I just tried to play the name of not the password. That would have been bad.
Has joined the server.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is also a great character name.
It sure would be. Like I said, we have some very interesting character names. Yeah, I don't know if maybe I'm having internet issues because I saw someone disconnect earlier, but they came back. So
yeah, I switched over browsers. Oh, there we go. Now I got stuff.
No problem. Okay, is everybody good now?
D12. Do you see stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a chaotic evil cleric.
Okay.
So we got a cleric.
Okay. Well, he's got hexes as well, so that is healing.
Yep.
D10. You were going. Eldritch Knight?
Yeah, I picked Eldritch Knight and Unlawful Good, so we already got problems.
It'll be fine.
Some of the abilities do require people being the same alignment, but it is good to split up just because so many monster abilities are also based on alignment. So,
what do you got to choose from, D6?
I have Prodigy, Wizard, Tank, Ranger, Fighter, and Barbarian.
Now, I would highly, highly recommend you not pick Prodigy.
Interesting.
Just
Good.
so you
I
know.
almost picked it.
Oh, yeah, I probably should have mentioned that earlier. Prodigy it's some people's favorite class, and it exists because I knew it would be some people's favorite class. But it also is the easiest class in the entire game to die instantly and do nothing with. Basically, as I was saying, you get the first perk that you guys saw, because the perks all come in rarities. I was going to get into that, but I kind of got distracted with connection issues. Which I was going to say, yeah. So all the perks come in rarities. Obviously, the more rare they are, the more core and essential they are to the class. Now, not all of the things are technically as core to the class as the unique perk is. For instance, Spontaneous Cure, which is really, a cleric, they can swap their spells. Who cares? In this, it's been buffed up to quite a large extent, which is what you'll see with a lot of the other perks as well. A lot of them will come with some of the other features of the class. For instance, Channel Energy is a really good example of that, which it actually comes with the Paladin's Mercies as well, because of course Channel Energy is not really that impactful of a thing, but it sort of was a play style that you could exist when you were playing a cleric, and so I've added those two parts of the class together. Basically, Prodigy gets 2 unique perks, so it's basically like you would start off with both, possibly Smite and Rage at the same time. Obviously, a very powerful combination. The downside to that is they get nothing else. They do get some more stuff, but very little else, and they have a very, very small hit dice pool size and con and stuff like that. So it's a very, very difficult to play class.
Yeah.
Well, my choices are pretty boring here. I have cleric, ranger, war priest. That's the highlight. Sword.
Is not where the highlight of your character is going to come from. That is definitely coming from.
Yeah.
So-
But I'm just a little.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, but 2 of my perks I can pick are the same perk.
It's supposed to be, because I thought it was funny.
The best kind of programming, where you're just like, nah, I just did it because I could.
No,
Yes.
no, that's a feature.
So
yeah, those
there's,
aren't bugs; those are features.
there's over 600 perks in the game, just so you know.
Oh,
so
geez.
when that kind of thing happens, it's really funny. There's really, really low odds that it happens, but it can, and it's always good. So
D6, where are you thinking of going? We have a cleric and then a kind of magic fighter.
I'm going to go barbarian.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna message you the name I think you should use.
and I see. I think
So-
D8. Have you not picked a character, your class yet?
I've not. I'm trying to figure out what I should do here.
Yes, that is my name.
Yeah, I knew it would be. It's just I was really hoping I would get a monk or a barbarian so I could use it, but so we have one like
And I'm
tanky.
chaotic neutral.
I feel like we don't have a whole lot of range, so I'm gonna go ranger. I hate rangers, so we'll
I
see.
was about to say, interesting choice considering you bash it every opportunity you get.
I was going to say,
Don't worry,
we'll see about that.
I'm
It doesn't
neutral evil.
necessarily mean you're going to be playing a ranged character.
Uh-oh.
See, this is your most important feature, but you do have some good options
Give
there.
it
Bardic
some fun
Performance.
ones!
Bardic Performance is a very good hybrid perk that you can use to be a very good archer, kind of.
Or I could just play a summoner.
You could also play a summoner.
I have Bardic Performance as well. So
Do you?
this could be the band.
Getting the band back together, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oh, but you've got... I mean, you picked Barbarian already, right? And you've got Rage lined right up, so how could you not?
So I'm going
But
to
yeah, because someone went hexes, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I got the option.
It's going to be hexing things.
Yeah.
Which god are you a follow of over there? D12?
Oh, D12 dead.
Is D12 dead?
No, just no comment.
Oh, okay.
All right, so it's a secret. Got it. All right, now it is time to pick my first new perk. I have helpful treasure hunter, brutal strike. Ooh,
Brutal Strike.
Brutal Strike sounds good.
It's so good. Oh, yeah, I forgot to double check with everybody. Has everybody here played with the Path of War system before?
Path of War?
No, I've always wanted to, though.
Okay, well, first of all, highly recommend. Very, very good system. Second of all, the Akashic Paths does include Path of War by default. So I can explain those rules to you now. I'm mentioning it because Brutal Strikes is a Path of War ability.
Well, what is the Path of War, first off?
Yeah, so Path of War is basically, they just gave martial spells, but they're all, like techniques, basically. Primal Wrath, you charge and do bonus damage, and maybe you trip a guy on your way, something like that. You make a pounce attack. Now, in the default Path of War system, the way it works is once you expend the maneuver, it's gone, but each class has their own specific way of recharging them. So, for instance, warlords have like a gambit where as a swift action they activate it, and then they have to do a very specific thing, and if they do it, they recharge a certain amount of their maneuvers. They have a very small maneuver pool, so like a level 8 character has like 5 maneuvers ready per day, and those are the only ones they can use in a battle. Of all the levels combined.
I just got, I think, my favorite perk, and it's completely changed the character. But I got Steel Glory.
Okay.
Which is one. When you guys crit, I can instead crit.
Oh, that's so funny. That's another thing that my players say is Akashic Paths is not a team game. It's a single player game. You might not know that yet, but you will learn soon enough.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's wonderful. Moment of triumph. That's pretty funny.
I know.
That's pretty funny. But you could also be dripped out. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
You could wear an extra piece of clothing and all your bonuses and penalties stack. That sounds pretty good.
I'm just going to let you know, dude, some of the clothing include 6 sunglasses and Nikes. So to be fair, Moment of Triumph.
I think I have to go Moment of Triumph because it goes so well with Steel Glory.
Yeah, it really does. Right. That's such a funny roll.
So my perks are Deathless Frenzy, Bloodlust, which I like the idea of, but I think I'm going to go with Fearless Killer, because when I'm angry, I can't be afraid. One thing at a time. Select.
That was really good. And I'll point out, you got Divine Fighting Technique on, I think that was D8? You the one who?
Yes, I just got it.
That's so convenient. Oh, I guess you are currently a Ranger, though.
Yeah, so it's not as good.
It isn't. Yeah, that's a shame. I was just thinking with a Bard, obviously, you want to max out your mental stat as much as you can. Yeah, that's still pretty decent, though. But I should definitely pay attention to all the other rolls.
Right, I'm
because I see
feats.
You are into feats.
Yes.
So one thing that you guys should know about feats is a lot of the feats have had, as you guys are probably noticing from the abilities altogether, a lot of the most of their prerequisites removed. That especially includes stuff that like racial requirements and stuff like that, because you're all basically humans. But feats are a bit of an exception to that, where the feats you get first of all, they have prerequisites. So as you can see, you have Kitsune style. But on top of that, if you have the prerequisite, the higher level tier of the feats are going to have a higher chance of showing up. It's about 10% per roll that you will get per feat roll that you'll get the prerequisite, or the thing you have the prerequisite for. So, going for that kind of thing, obviously knowing what feats are in a chain is very, very beneficial to a player. Not that I think Kitsune style is particularly good, if I recall. Especially not for a barbarian, but...
Yeah, I am definitely going for Ironhide.
Ironhide is pretty good.
Just so we're all aware, my name is Fairly Good Body.
Fantastic.
Flex.
You're all welcome.
Yes, that is...
You're all very welcome.
Fairly Good Body is owed entirely to D8.
Hilarious. Those are some pretty good options there. Shatter Spell and Stunning Critical. I like those a lot. All right, let's fly over to Alnir Caden. Rewind time. Defensive parry. That's not... Power Up is really good. What did you roll it on? Constitution. I see.
That sounds like a very good choice.
Yep. That puts his con at a starting
I feel like
20.
My current feats are not...
Oh,
great.
dude, they didn't really tell me where that +8 went, so...
Yes, yeah, it's, you can just look at your stats.
It just gives a +8?
Yeah, it's a perk for
It doesn't matter where it goes.
Oh my goodness. Well, so most of the time in this game, you probably want... the numbers work a little bit weirder in the Akashic Paths, because you'll have stuff that's just way higher than it ever should be, and tons of stuff way lower than it ever should be. So you kind of have a bit of a weird combination of the both, but I do see that the Summon Monster Cleric has also rolled up Hemomancy. So that's pretty good. That's really good, actually.
All right, so, for my next feat, I'm going with Combat Distraction as a full round action. You can choose to do something that serves no useful purpose. The answer is I flex, and my Fairly Good Body.
I don't know, guys. Should I go 2-weapon defense or improved shield bash or step up?
All right, go over it one more time.
No, you know what? I've already
rolls pretty good.
Yeah, I've already answered my own question, because if they step away from me, I need to be next to them in order to steal your glory.
Yes,
yep.
I was going to say you would step up to steal glory.
That's some
So
good
my
stuff.
my perks were really weird, but I liked it, so I just kind of ran with it.
Your character is insane. You're rolling. He's rolling double. Yeah, Humancy is a unique perk, which does another really fun thing, which is also increases your hit dice size. So, yeah, you're quite a bit tankier now, and you have self-healing. Now, one really important thing to note that Humancy, I mean, it was glowing in red, so I understand exactly why you took it. It is a really strong...
It was more along the lines of, as I kept reading down the things, I was sitting there going, this seems like I could make it useful if I get lucky.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Just make sure to read the one part that says, reduce your healing from all magical healing by 50%.
Right? I was like, there is the downside to it, but...
Oh, so depowered healing.
Yeah, just for him, but...
What is the will stat?
All the
wisdom?
The same, so wisdom, yeah.
Okay, so my stat roll thing, I can get epic will boost. That will up my wisdom?
No, I think that'll just up your will save.
No, it'll up your will save, yep.
So do I want a bonus of 3 to my perception, or a 2 to the will save?
Generally, will is the best save in the game. Because
then I'll take it.
Fortitude will kill you, Reflex will kill you, will make you kill all of your teammates. So, you know.
Look at I can get a legendary skill boost and perform.
Decent.
Why the fuck not?
I am also into new stat rolls. My choices are I have a rare called Pretty Boy, which gives me charisma.
Yes, you got it.
I got 2 of those as well. Yeah.
So there's
I took them.
Boost, which is common and boring. I have a legendary spell point per level boost. That would be really great. This is where I would put my spells per day.
Well, I guess I was gonna say the charisma plus 2 to charisma, because charisma could become your highest stat. Plus 2 to charisma could mean 1 extra spell point per level anyway.
Legendary skill boost, intimidate. All will fear my flex.
Did you grab? Oh, you didn't. Didn't you have the option for whatever it was the 30-foot intimidate everyone around you? Didn't you have access to that?
Maybe if I did, I didn't see it.
Maybe it was somebody else who got it. I'm jumping through all the character sheets, so I don't exactly.
So I got longbow, or grimoire of destruction.
Ooh, that's a nice roll.
Yeah, I kind of passed up a repeating crossbow, and I wish I took it because literally next weapon I got offered was just like boardless sword. Well, that's better than the scimitar I just picked up.
Increase the armor bonus granted to you by this by 25%.
Rolling some amazing unique stuff
which sucks because I'm not building for a shield user, so I'm not really going to benefit that much. But the damage, ooh boy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm trying to decide between spell point per level boost and epic charisma boost.
So, you know the spell point formula. At every level, you gain highest spell points on top of your character's base spell points. So technically, spell points per level will give you more spell points, but charisma is your highest mental stat right now. So it's what determines all of your saves. So
my stats are going to be garbage, but because of the ridiculous item rolls I've gotten,
you're just so everyone knows, there's a 3% chance of unique on a roll.
I've gotten 2 of them.
Yep, I've noticed.
Yeah, you're stealing.
Yeah, that's Sean's luck, all right.
You're walking around.
I also have 2.
I got a unique perks at least.
I got 2 unique perks.
I am taking this dwarven war axe, which is epic.
Oh boy! Wait, which unique did you get? You got a boardless sword too.
The boardless sword.
So 2 of us at the board.
It's I think it's pretty unique.
Oh, whatever. I'm taking it.
Well, it's very good, especially for a shield character. Let's see how many unique you guys can roll off of Care Gen. Totally throw the balancing of the first map off the rails.
For armor.
Oh my. Okay. Body of Delusion.
Right. I got distracted off of Path of War because So, Path of War, one of the big keys to it is that it has 4 different types of maneuvers. So, I said they were spells, but and they basically are, but they do have different types. So, there's strikes, counters, boosts, and stances. They're all kind of self-explanatory on exactly what they do. Obviously, the counters are used for often negating a single attack against you or a spell or something like that. Some of the ones that come off the top of my mind is a Thrashing Dragon counter where you roll an acrobatics check versus an attack, and if you succeed, you get to stab them back. There's one where someone tries to hit you with a spell, and you turn ethereal for 1 round. There's one if somebody tries to cast a spell on you, you can make a charge attack against them. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to see in counters. Boosts are obviously what they say. There's some where it's like they're swift action to activate, and they're things like make an acrobatics check to move, get +10 to the roll. Stuff like your next attack does a bonus damage and bypasses DR. That kind of thing. And then the lasts are strikes, which are just attacks, and then stances, which are just like all the other stances in Pathfinder. So,
I'm torn here because I could take Obsidian Razor style. Or I could take Body of Delusion, where I just don't believe in people hitting me.
Obsidian Razor style is good, but you'll need a ranks craft to get it. You don't have any right now, which is a slight
I don't, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards the Body of Delusion.
Yeah.
I think this character, with his emphasis on glory, has to take the Body of Delusion.
I like it.
Understandable.
Oh, wow. I kind of got thrown into the armor that I'm going to be choosing.
So did I.
Sometimes you just got to take what you get.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a unique +16 to your AC armor, and you just got to go, well, I guess I'm not doing light armor.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not. Well, I mean, you've got this. You're a giant. I mean, it's Citadel, by the way. I can't say what it's a reference. Oh wait, no, it's not the Citadel. Sorry, no, I'm thinking of the Walking Cathedral. Well, Citadel's still pretty fantastic, but the fact that you're walking around in that massive piece of armor, carrying a giant book that shoots fireballs. I mean, can you think of anything?
And then in my other hand is just a wolf claw.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, so you do need 2 hands for the Grimoire of Destruction, though. Actually, you only need 2 hands to fire it, but the wolf claw, I think, does actually use up your hand slot, but it does take up your hand slot.
It's a fist weapon.
Yeah. Some of the fist weapons can actually be used on your feet, but I don't remember exactly what's what in the game. I think I would have made it all, but there's too much stuff now. I can't keep up with it. So. Ooh, Goodberry is one of the best healing perks in the game for the first floor. I'll just inform you about that. Yeah, it's D12 I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, I assumed it would be because Goodberry is just naturally.
Yeah.
I was also looking at Repair Undead wondering why.
So, you remember that part where someone asked me, I got 2 of the same perk, and I responded, because it's funny? Now, the Akashic Paths does not include every spell in the game. I've gone through all of them and edited out like all of the really, really bad ones. Technically, you can summon undead in this game, and you can count as undead in this game. That means Repair Undead does have its uses, which means I get to laugh at people when they roll it up. Oh, gosh. But man,
Oh, man. I have a hard choice here. I could go Twofold Assault, which is very good.
It's very strong, yeah.
Or I could go Tactical Strike, where I can just make you guys run away. I'm definitely going to go Twofold Assault.
I mean, I was thinking actually you'd have them flank for you, but
No. Don't
now,
be ridiculous.
I'm seeing someone rolling up Charged Current Stance. One of the other things I did forget about Path of War is certain maneuvers do have requirements on them. So just so everyone knows, if you have a roll, you can click outside of the box to minimize it, and then you can bring them all back by clicking Senior Roll. But at the bottom of your character sheet, over the maneuver section, there's a thing called Discipline Info. If you click that, it'll bring up all the information you need to know about disciplines. And I'm mentioning this now because Heart of the Maelstrom does have a requirement on it. You have to be using dexterity to attack or damage to use any of their strikes. or counters, and you have to be wearing armor that doesn't restrict your movement to be using any of their boosts or stances. So,
with my Citadel, that's not going to work.
Yeah, it will not work. So, just want to let you know.
That is important, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
How do I get my rolls back? See new roll. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I see it now.
Yeah. So the other ones that come to the top of my head is Thrashing Dragon requires you be using 2 weapons. If I recall, Broken Blade requires you be using unarmed attacks or unarmed weapons in the Akashic Paths.
Which does count with my weapon, right? My Wolf Claw?
Yes, the Wolf Claw is an unarmed weapon.
I think that's probably what I'm going to go with.
Run over my weapons real quick and make sure that they're compatible with my current build.
Your weapons?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know what you mean by compatible. That's it's just a Pogger's some Pogger's weapons you've got there.
I have a rock.
You do have a rock. Well, yes, everybody has the rock. The rock is basically the stand-in for people who, want, like, for ranged attacks, they want to know what their attack mod is without having to click anything. Or add numbers together.
That's kind of funny.
Though I have seen someone rolled up the War Priest's weapon of the something chosen or something like that, which is it changes your damage dice. And so then he was determined to play. He's playing Fervor as well, and so he was fervoring True Strike onto every rock attack, and he just played the rest of the game using nothing but the rock, which was very funny, but
sounds
not necessarily very practical. So it seems that some of you might have a little bit better luck than some of my players, that's for sure. But this is good. This is good. Now you won't die in the first encounter. Unless you try really hard.
Knocking on wood.
Oh, gosh. Oh, yo, you got Berserk!
Yeah.
That's such a good one. So the Berserk, as you see there, it doesn't say from class, it says sphere. And that is because the game does also include some Spheres content. I'm still working on the Spheres patch right now. But I originally added all the stuff that was really easy to add in, such as Berserk, where they have their own version of Rage. But it's like you don't have to have Rage on, just activate Berserk, no problem. But a lot of the other Spheres content isn't quite in the game yet because I don't know how I want to implement it exactly. But yeah, that is you just rolled up a barbarian. I don't know how you did it, but you just rolled a barbarian, which is very funny to me.
I've rolled up an abomination.
I think I rolled up a tanky combat bard.
I wanted to be very clear, and I am not proud of what this thing is. My AC is going to be absolutely insane.
Oh gosh!
I'm glad to hear that.
My stats are complete garbage.
Mine are too. Mine are hot joke.
Okay, no, but you've got a BAB of 3 though, and a Dex of 14. So if you're using that Grimoire of Destruction, I mean that's a +5 against touch attacks, dude. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah. I also have the cylinder rifle.
Oh, there is one other. You have the cylinder rifle, and also you don't have enough spell points to currently use the Grimoire. But that's okay. Yeah, because you have I think you must have dumped your charisma, right?
No, the ranger automatically does it.
Oh, does it start with
or
6?
whatever.
Oh,
so my charisma is garbage, but I have a bunch of bard stuff.
Okay,
will gravity bow work with my ranged weapon?
Well, gravity bow, the lights bow. Yep, that should totally work.
Okay.
So I'm proud of my ability scores. I have 16 strength, 11 dexterity, 14 constitution, 7 intelligence, 9 wisdom, and 8 charisma.
My highest is a 14.
Oh gosh. Well, someone I know is rocking a 20 constitution, so.
Hi.
Ooh. Oh, of course it's
even when it's random, I still get big. I still get the big health bar. I love being an HPT. I love being an HP tank. What can I say?
Yeah, like I said, yeah, people love it as well. I think tank is one of the most popular classes, but it's mostly because if you hit tier 2 in tank, which is like, as I said, there's the roguelite aspect too, where if you make classes, it gives you a boost to your hit dice of like 4, so it's 18 hit dice.
Is the
Which means-
purpose?
Oh yeah, I
to-
mean tank is more of a general sense. I didn't even realize that was a class.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like I said, the classes aren't really necessarily Pathfinder classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detect greater. Or I'm sorry, detect magic greater. Word that properly. Why?
Theoretically, it's useful.
I mean, I could. Yeah.
Do you just want to hear so I can laugh at people again? Are you making me do this a third time?
I guess I just need a clarification.
I didn't even realize that was a spell.
Oh, you hadn't heard it. No, it's a real spell. It's actually it's really funny because I don't think I included basic detect magic in, but I included greater detect magic. If you ever want to know the buffs that an enemy has on them, it's not the worst idea. Or certain stuff on maps could be used with detect magic and stuff like that. But you've got suppressed charms and compulsions, so who cares anyway?
And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, can you detect curses with greater detect magic, or?
Probably. I think curses are permanent, if I recall, not instantaneous. So, yep, detect magic on curses works, I think.
I just want you all to know that I have a 12 in Perform with my shitty charisma.
Now,
and an 11 in Sense Motive.
Oh, you have 6 charisma.
My highest skill check is Heal.
That is good. So one of the things Akashic Paths does change is it does have some new skill uses. 4 Heal is one in particular, because obviously he will be garbage in the system otherwise. You can use it as a skill roll to actually heal people's hit points. Only once per floor, though. So,
why is my perform so high?
Pathfinder 2 system where if you fail the heal check, you break their arm.
No, I haven't added that, but I should.
That was fun.
I don't know. Did you just take a bonus and perform?
No. What did?
You
Dear
sure?
God, I mean, I am a cleric, so I guess maybe that's what it is. But
are we going to perform together, buddy? Is this the band?
I guess so, dude. I'm all vocals. Death metal for the...
It says you took a legendary performance bonus. That's what I'm seeing here. So
which one was it?
I don't know. I wasn't watching the whole character. It just says you have 10 ranks in perform. So
Huh.
All right.
Okay.
So my highest skill is Intimidate, which is a 9, which means I'm the drummer in this band.
you are
Okay. All right, Brett. D10. Do you want bass or guitar?
I'll take bass.
I think that's perfect because I am going to steal your glory. So I do need to be the guitarist.
Yeah.
I did not include enough band member character art for the character art selection for this party, I think.
Yeah, and
Death
the
metal
wolf
player,
claw
dude.
is like the 5 picks. 5 picks.
Yeah, you'll steal my glory with the casuals, but the people that actually know the band will appreciate my...
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Those who know.
So this is, these are, you guys actually have, one of the things I was worried about obviously was getting bad RNG, but you guys did not get any bad RNG, that's for sure.
Can I buy an electric guitar, and how much gold does it cost?
There actually is an electric lute in the game.
I rolled that and I passed it up.
What?
You did? You monster.
I did have a positive charisma, and I
Neither
did,
do I!
I do.
It is too.
Yeah, that would have been filling escape.
Oh, man.
All right, so it sounds like all of our characters are ready to go. So
They are indeed.
the next step.
So, the next thing that we do, first of all, I'm just going to quickly save the game.
My armor class is 26.
That is a pretty good start.
Wait, you have armor?
Technically, I also have a shield, so that goes
I have a
up.
shield?
And then I also have Shield of Faith.
I would have liked to have Shield of Faith, but it didn't drop for me.
I would have loved Shield.
So I am going to be the AC tank. I have a heavy steel shield.
All right.
The
Well, right
stupid
now I'm
unique armor.
level 1
think,
with 13
I think-
HP.
I think I'm stuck at a 17 because I have no dex.
I have no AC though, or at least I'm not seeing it.
What I'm hearing is it's either 30 or 15, and there's no in between with you standing. Well, you've got the barbarian anyway, and he's going to have he's running berserk and rage. He's going to have all the HP you need. So you've got an HP tank, an AC tank, and whatever the other two of you are. As long as you just stand next to each other and block all the hallways, you guys will be fine.
Yeah, what's really going to go on here is that D6 and I will just distract the enemy while you guys do stuff. Because that is really what I'm good for.
Yeah, actually, real clarification. I'm looking at Obsidian Reflection Stance.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really state what kind of bonus it is.
It's just untyped.
Okay.
Classic untyped bonuses.
Yep.
Well, that
you know
sucks. I was hoping Moment of Greatness would cause for some synergy, but oh well.
I really should have made this question before I took a thing. What is an auto hypnosis check?
Okay, so auto hypnosis is I think it's psychic psionics. I think
It
it's
is.
psionics. In this system, it is just sense motive though, so you'll roll sense.
Yes!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes!
I totally forgot.
You
That's
will
such a
never
good
hit me.
combo.
You will never kill me.
Oh gosh, that's a hilarious combo. Wow.
Does it
That's
cost
amazing.
me anything to use these maneuvers?
So it does. Yes, it costs you spell points. So I don't know how exactly how many you have, but
I'll have to trade this grimoire to the fucking cleric.
So unfortunately, you can't trade equipment between players. However, you will be able to sell it at the first store, and it's worth quite a decent chunk of gold. So you will get a lot out of it. Fortunately,
Well, that's something at least because I am not built for it.
Yeah. Now,
So what
you
kind of things
will-
can I summon?
So you just actually have the default summon monster list. So anything off of some monster list, it's all yours.
Okay.
Most people, though, you do have some spells, right? Good. you
I
have
mainly
spells.
summon Monster 1.
He actually has some the second level spells already, so he can actually use the second level stuff. Yeah. The game does give you spells not one level, but one tier earlier. So you get level 1 and level 2 spells at level 1, and then you'll have level 3 spells at level 3. So
Yeah, I had the option of taking Iron Skin, but I felt like that was just mean.
Iron Skin. Oh, wait.
Ironhide.
Yeah.
Or the spell, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Iron Skin.
No, the
isn't it?
spell.
The spell-
Iron Skin. Yeah. But it was also a level 2 spell, and I only have like 3 spell points.
Yes.
So I didn't really feel like I thought the Shield of Faith would probably accomplish the same thing
Yeah.
with only 1 spell point.
Pretty close. So spells actually, spells and maneuvers actually cost twice their level in spell points. Just so you guys know, characters will get if you're not playing a martial, you get a lot of spell points. Is everybody playing a martial? Barbarian,
The cleric and
Ranger.
Knight.
Eldritch Knight. There's the cleric. Yeah, so the spell point. The cleric does have 11 spell points, so he's doing totally.
I mean, I'm not playing a ranger. Let's make this very clear.
No.
This is not a ranger.
You do not
This is a
resemble a
strange
ranger
form
by
of
any
bard.
means.
This is a weird bard.
Yes.
And I'm also a weird bard.
So we've got
Is
2
that
weird
really
bards.
The
Barbarian.
weird bard.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're the
Wait
weird
a-
bards.
To set my name.
We're the weird
or
bards.
What's the player name? Was that actually the character name?
Oh, I thought that was the band name.
You can change your name in any way that you want.
Yeah, but I just wonder if there's a way to do it.
Technically, yes, but it would be
No.
annoying.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay,
I just
that's
edit
fine.
the save file and you rejoin the game with a new name. That's pretty much how it works.
Okay.
But you know, but yeah, I guess with everybody's character creation out of the way, the next step in the game. I mean, basically after that, you literally are just ready to jump on into it. So in the Roll20, which you guys are now all seeing, is the character art selection. Basically, you'll just pick a character that you think fits your character the best. I have a lot of varied character art, so like there's hopefully something for everybody, but I'm not.
That's a lot
This
of
looks like a
waifus.
lot of anime girls.
So
Lot of
the left
waifus.
side is women, the right side is men. You guys probably all
You
joined in on
have-
the left side.
Okay,
Yes, I have
but
twice as much anime women as I have men. Okay, look, people make more pretty girls than they make pretty boys. Okay,
Yeah, but why do all pretty girls have to be anime girls?
Oh, there's some non-anime girls on the right too.
Yeah, I don't believe
male art. No, it's true. There is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I was about to say you got more girls on the right too.
When I look for character art for almost any of my characters, I find more decent women than I find.
Yeah.
Nah, you guys just have a hard time looking. That's all. You don't know how to use the internet.
You're trying to judge me right now?
I'm just saying, man. You have your preferences. It's okay.
Non-anime woman. Found one. There you go.
Oh, you're a liar. I don't believe in you.
Well, I showed it on screen. There she is.
Nope,
right
I clicked off it as quick as I could.
I look like a chick straight from Bloodborne.
Wait, that's on the man side.
It is. Yeah, so there wasn't enough men, so I put the non-anime women on the right side.
Yeah, there's a lot of women in this man's side.
There's not that much.
Why is there just a space marine?
What do you mean? Because why is there not a bolter in the game? How have I not thought of that? All right, I know it's coming out next patch, guys.
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to play.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah, patching it with the Gunslinger class. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, I didn't
so the way people usually do this is they just draw a square around their character, and then I'll give you control, basically.
What's this? What is my armor?
You're the one. Oh, male. It's like male.
Well, I hope it's not female.
Yeah, I'm scared for physical contact with women too, honestly. So I understand the joke.
Fairly good body. Are you going to do with the log, or are you going to do? Maybe the guy on the left with the wolf's head jacket, no shirt.
I mean, I just found a guy with stone pillars for arms, and that looks fucking awesome.
This
is just
so do I just draw a square around it? I found the one I want.
Yep, just draw a square around your character, and you'll have access to it very quickly.
Alright, so I'm going to draw a circle around the ones
I want. Just you?
All right.
I was about to say, one of them looks suspiciously like Cervantes.
I mean...
Did you seriously get Guan Yu?
Who's Guan Yu?
It is Guan Yu!
Somebody fill in the party.
Chinese.
This guy.
Oh, hey! Yeah. Dynasty Warrior! Oh, that could be another party at some point. We gotta do Dynasty Warriors.
This guy right here. Guan Yu.
Oh, yes. Right. Yeah.
No, I don't want him.
Okay.
But I just wanted to let you know that...
God, that is Guan Yu.
Alright, so I think my name will be Shieldster McSmasher. And that's his stage name, and his real name is Gary.
Fantastic.
All right, do we want a female lead singer? Because I'm finding a hard time finding a decent male lead singer with the weapon options here.
It's up to you, my man. We can be Evanescence.
Yeah. I mean, I got a good, strong band supporting me. It doesn't matter. Ooh. You got any females with a chain? Oh, actually, technically, where's your bow? There's a gun. That looks about like my bow.
Yeah, there's the bow and gun section is right over here. These bottom rows of the guns.
So is it a gun or a bow?
It's a lance bow. It's
that's Monster Hunter as hell, and I'm here for it.
Yes, absolutely. That's from Monster Hunter.
Summoning
Not anything else.
With a lance bow.
Yes.
And your cast stats is okay. Yeah,
we're all doomed.
And I do blood magic. Don't forget.
I was gonna say, don't forget about the Humancy, because the Humancy's, kind of.
What did I say about Shieldster Smash? What? What did I say? This is why we gotta have it written down.
Should work these things out ahead of time.
Smash.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, don't worry. Your actual name will just be at the bottom of the screen in italics.
It's just Gary. But I get really upset when you guys call me that.
No way.
No problem, Shield
Smash. like when we're alone, it's fine. But if there's people around, you're not allowed to call me Gary.
Oh wait, I shouldn't have gone with a female portrait because there's
also this
usually
is
a masculine name.
Of Fairly Good Body when he's on stage. His voice like off stage.
No, I'm Shield Stomach Smash. I'm pretty dope.
I'm a classically trained actor. Fairly good role that I inhabit.
Call me Gary.
I really hope you guys don't die in the first combat.
Yeah, this is a great party. I love it.
You guys have got so much stuff going on already, and it's like, oh yeah,
and you were like, "This is not an RP game." You will make it an RP game, but the RP will be dumb.
So often. Wait, did I give someone control of the wrong thing?
Oh yeah, that is the most D10 thing I can think of. All right, this is perfect.
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, okay. I gave the wrong person who circled. Oh wait, there's just two things circled in blue. I am confused as to.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
I am confused.
I forgot I technically wrote down a masculine name. So
playing a male character, and
okay,
that's
no
all.
problem.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I just swapped. Yeah, you have the new character now. And I should say, most people do put their stats inside of all of their things. So as I mentioned, more game, less roleplay, except you can have all the roleplay you want, obviously.
Yeah.
The big key about it is that you guys are plenty welcome to see each other's HP numbers. You're plenty welcome to call out locations of monsters. Obviously, one of you actually has to see it to call it out.
I want this one.
And not only are you welcome to... Now, of course, it's not going to matter to you guys here, but for anyone watching, if they play the Akashic Paths, the way at least I play it, and that I've sort of intended to be played, is it's highly recommended you memorize monsters and maps and abuse all of the mechanics that you absolutely can to win the game. It's everything you guys have got to win. You will need it. This was D12, right?
The last one you added was D12, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Your drawing color was different than your name color, so I was.
Mm-hmm. My name color is supposed to damn near be almost invisible, and as such, it shows up as a faint gray.
Yes, it did. It's a good thing I noticed.
Mine is the lilac.
Right.
So pretty.
Yes, and that's Shieldster McSmash.
Sure did pick a very attractive man.
That's not.
I did. Hey, evil cleric of charisma. Come on.
True enough.
I believe it.
Oh gosh.
Now, granted,
I
have like a will of 0 and a wisdom of like 9, so it's easy to convince me of things. But I believe it.
Well, you got rage, so that's +2. You'll be fine, dude.
I'm so I almost took their better sneak ability. And now that this character is what it is, I'm so glad I didn't.
You because a wonderfully thematic character.
Yeah, Shieldster McSmash is not sneaky. In fact, the reason his charisma is so low is because he always talks loud.
Oh gosh, that's fantastic. So that's, as I said, you guys might want to put your numbers in, but if you don't want to, we can. You guys have control tokens, so you should be able to put everything you need.
Well, if I were on the right...
Can you give me my AC? I know it's there, I just don't see it.
If you aren't seeing it, just click Momentum and scroll down. And your armor class is 17, flat-footed 17 because you have no dex, and touch is 9. So, just
is HP. So.
People usually put red HP, blue spell points, and then green as armor class. Now, the character sheets as well, I was just going to say, are very, if you need to modify stuff, obviously above armor and weapons it says modifier settings, and you can change whatever you need in there. But additionally, inside of the weapon, there's a gear at the top right. If you click that, you have access to your attack stat, damage stat, attack modifier, damage modifier, and dice steps and stuff like that. So if you need that thing. In weapon settings, modifier settings is also where you'll turn on power attack for anyone who wants to turn on power attack. You don't actually need power attack to turn on power attack. It's still in the game. Then you just get double power attack. But otherwise, everyone has access to it. And that applies, I say a power attack, that applies deadly aim and piranha strike as well. So anyone who wants it, they can turn on power attack on literally anything, even raise, it's all fine.
Okay. Put in my name in the token.
Yes, indeed. The other thing I was going to say also about a lot of the Akashic Paths stuff, especially as you, because your character is going to be, I mean, this is the first fight. In literally the first fight, you will be getting new stuff to your character. Cool. One thing you should definitely know is the Akashic Paths is built really heavily into as much stacking as you possibly can get. So if someone were to get a second rage, for instance, and you had 2 rages, you literally get a +8 when you're raging. All that stuff is totally intentional. I mean, I think you have Blood Vengeance, so you literally get double rage already. And all that kind of stuff. Perks can show up multiple times. You can get them now. Feats will show up less often if you have the feat already. Actually, it's nearly impossible for it to happen, but I say nearly impossible because there's... I don't know if I necessarily call it a bug, but it can happen. It can show up a second time. But if it stacks, you're welcome to have it stacking. Also, for anyone who I see you circling stuff, your tokens are here. So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Yeah. How did you put your name there?
If you double click on your token,
click on the cogwheel,
or that works too. It gives you access to all of the settings for the character.
Yeah, I saved that, but I get to see his name. Why don't I get to see mine? Did he write it on the map?
Because is it because his token was just over yours?
No. Do you see my name?
I see your name. I don't see my name.
Okay, so I just don't get to see my own name. That's what this is.
It's probably
I see
just
it.
Roll20 being glitchy.
I was about to say, it's there, you just can't see it.
No. Just roll 20 things.
Okay, so
you get used to it after a while. Yeah. Oh, I will say if you... Well, I mean, it's up to you, but if you double-click it and then put like the number out of the number, it shows up as a bar over your head. I don't want to do that.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Usually...
Oh, I don't want that. That's fine.
So, like I did to your character right now, D6. I think that was D6, right? No, that was D8. Whoops. Oh, well, I did D8 then.
Go ahead.
Oh, but you did your stats too.
Reconnect.
Oh, did you disconnect?
No, I'm reconnecting because see if
to
that'll
20.
refresh it.
Cool. This is where the website was giving you issues again, but
yeah, now I can see my pitiful health. I have the least health.
Well, I recommended nobody play Prodigy because Prodigy 6 HP, so it ain't good out there, boys. Prodigies do not have a good time. The tier 6 of Prodigy can actually get your character's starting HP down to 1. No one's gotten there yet, but one day we'll see it and it'll be very...
Why?
The answer is because they get 3 unique perks if you do that.
Now, here's my question. If you have an AC of like 35 and an HP of 1, does it matter?
Yes.
Reflex saves.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And touch AC.
Nat 20s.
Or Nat 20s.
Touch AC, all of that, yeah.
Well, that, and Prodigies only start off with a single armor roll, so their chances of getting 30 AC is very, very low.
And save for half.
28.
And save for half spells.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's always that. So So that's character tokens done. The next thing that we would do is I will bring you to the journey selection. So the way this works is we're going to be playing a short run, actually a double short run. And what that means is there's only going to be 2 floors to this dungeon at the moment, though we'll play things by ear and see how things go. But basically, you guys will each pick which type of map which map you guys want to go to. If you guys disagree, we'll do a voting system. But if you guys agree, no problem. Basically, in order to vote, just put your token, move it over whichever map you want to go to. You obviously see their CR, you see their name, how long they are, and the reward you get for completing them. As I mentioned, there are a ton of rewards in the map, so it's not like that's all you'll be getting or anything like that. But yeah, why don't you guys go ahead and vote? Oh, and of course, you'll also see the store that comes after it. The store is based on which map you go to. So after you pick a map, after you complete it, you choose one diagonal from the map you're currently in. So I'm going to go a little bit into the more rules technical parts of it, just in order to talk about the subject. But technically, since you guys are doing 3x3, you can actually pick any map you want. But if you were doing 4x4, you'd only be able to go diagonal. So if you picked Mage's Dungeon, you could only pick Beast Slayer, Ancient Prison, and Oni Temple. And if you were to pick Beast Slayer, you'd be forced to go to the Destruction Store. Because you guys are doing a 3x3, it doesn't actually matter. But I just figured I'd say that.
I'm inclined to go with the Desert Tomb. I really want the Drake Slayer for an armor enchantment on my legendary, my unique armor, but I think that's too dangerous.
I knowing what's on the Drake Slayer, I will definitely agree with you on that. Drake Slayer is giving you some insider tips. Unless you have cold damage, Drake Slayer is very, very scary.
I don't want anything to do with a mage's dungeon with this character.
Fair enough. It looks like you guys have all agreed on the same map then.
I defer.
That's my name. Thank God.
Fantastic.
The most.
And then literally the next part is you start the map. So one of the big keys to this, again, I don't know exactly how much all you guys read about this, but Akashic Paths balancing is built on one really, really key thing, and that is the time limit on every single map. So the time limit is based in real time, not on in-dungeon time, and it's 2.5 hours long for the first map. Every map afterwards is 1.5 hours long, except the next map is going to be a boss map, so it's more like 30 minutes. Basically, you have that amount of time to explore as much of the dungeon as you can, kill as many monsters as you can, get as much treasure as you can. If you complete your combats too slow because either your characters aren't powerful enough or bad tactical decisions, you'll be underleveled and you'll be automatically sent into the next encounter. You can't go sideways. You are forced to go downwards on each floor. So in the next floor, if I'm not necessarily saying the CR is 8 or 9, but let's just assume that it probably is CR 8 or 9. If you guys aren't, level 4 going into it, you're going to be hooped for the next combat. So that's kind of the core of the balancing.
All right, so we want to finish things as quickly as possible,
basically,
so we can get as much done.
Kill stealing is.
Yeah, if kill stealing gets you the kills faster, absolutely. Then that's a win for everybody.
I'm gonna be stealing that glory.
Yeah. So, what that generally means for the first map is it's generally less. Oops, I copied something else, not your character tokens. The monsters here will deal less damage, but you will find they have a lot of ways to survive. And so, and then once you get to the high levels, you'll find everything is doing, usual Pathfinder stuff. There is one other really important rule in the Akashic Paths. That is, Rocket Tag doesn't make for very good high tier content. If you fail a save to something, you get to re-roll for a lesser effect on your next turn as a full round action. Everybody will want to know that. The other next thing that's important is if you get knocked unconscious, you don't fall prone until you miss your turn. Those are two things that make... there is a lot of going down in this game. You will find that really makes it a whole lot.
You're going to need to clarify that last statement, sir.
Okay, so if you get knocked unconscious, drop below 0, you fall prone and you drop your weapon. In the Akashic Paths, you don't fall prone unless a whole initiative goes around and no one has revived you yet.
Okay.
Yep. The theoretical behind it is because everything's actually happening mostly at the same time. Why would you? Someone was right there behind you at the same time casting Cure Light Wounds on you as you were dying. You know how.
True. It's how how the game wants to.
You know what I wish I had done? What? I wish I had taken the improved grapple that I had the option of, because then I would do nothing but grab the dude and do the swift action where I cannot possibly move, but I get +4 to AC.
Can my hero magic heal others?
You can use it to heal other people.
Interesting.
Yeah, Hemomancy is it's a synergy perk, so it's like made to do everything, but nothing super super well. So,
okay.
The next area, like I said, this is where the actual dungeon goes. So if we're all still down to keep at least experiencing the very beginning of the game, then I'm happy to start up the dungeon.
I don't have that much time.
No, true, fair enough. I am.
Yeah, he has an hour at the most.
I have a half hour till I have to start getting ready for work.
All right.
Oh, even less.
So, I mean, the maps are very easy to pick up and put down because I do believe the plan is to play this in 4 sittings.
Roughly.
And so,
4
yeah,
or 5, depending on how we feel by the end of probably 2 or 3.
Sounds like the length of a dungeon crawl.
What I think we should do at this point is I think we should give our first impressions. Because I think this is a new system that most of our watchers have never seen before, and I do want to talk about it because I think it is incredibly cool.
All right, I am enjoying the beautiful chaos.
yes.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of fun in Pathfinder where you are very set on what you're going to do, but that can get boring after a while.
Yes, it does.
And the wildness of this system is so entertaining to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you wanted that D&D experience where it is just buck wild, I think this is a great start to it.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I'm to be fair, I'm kind of going into this a bit biased. I'm not one for roguelike, so I'm already kind of not in favor of this.
Oh.
But
kill him first.
To be fair, if I wanted a set game where I painstakingly made my character how I want it, I go play Pathfinder Kingmaker or War of the Righteous.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a unique experience on its own.
I just want to take my character, plug it into a regular Pathfinder game, and see what would happen. That's all I have to say about that.
There's a lot of people
we would
who feel
all
that exact
die.
way.
No, we would totally destroy it. It would wreck.
Yeah.
Even with D6's kid gloves way of running the game, we would die.
I don't know. I have a feeling that Sean's character and my character might actually be able to do something.
So
For a while.
I always sort of I built the Akashic Paths for one way, but I've always been very interested in seeing what would be like if somebody just used the whole system for their whole character. Like, ran a totally normal campaign, but were just when they leveled up, they just ran with the totally normal thing.
I was thinking of that. I think that would be an interesting experience that I would like to try.
I would love to try
you do a completely normal
D&D game, but use the Akashic characters.
Yeah,
I think the encounter building would have to be adjusted.
It would have to be adjusted for sure, because some characters would be way too strong, and some characters would just be like, "What the hell, dude." Based on some of the stuff I saw, I could have made my guy.
Is you can get very, very gimped characters with it, and it would be difficult for a long campaign. With a regular game, it's not a problem. You get your character. If they suck, you're out of there in 4 hours. You get to roll up another one. Hopefully, the next one's completely bonkers.
It's balancing.
But so actually, the game is actually built on. It's not quite the normal CR system. But the way people realistically play the game, it's the same CR system, which is at the end game you're playing at CR 10 plus encounters. So if you followed if you played the Akashic Paths a couple of times and knew what level you'd be at what CR, you could actually run regular Pathfinder monsters and it actually wouldn't be too much of a problem.
Let's be honest. This is just me remembering my time as a DM for Pathfinder, but the CR system in 1E never fucking worked.
Oh gosh, I was
it isn't the greatest.
Way too powerful or way too fucking weak.
Yeah.
But that's D&D in general.
Yeah, that's just D&D based on.
Yeah, but that's the one thing I keep hearing people fucking praise 2E for is just the CR system actually works now.
I found there's couple of monsters that are completely absurd. I know there's a CR. Well, there's the colossal centipede, exoskeleton centipede that has a 4d8 plus 20 damage with a DC 39 reflex save at will because it's trample. And that's completely absurd. But I find other than a few outliers, I found actually spending so much time in the CR system for making this game, I've actually found it's not as bad as I hear people complain about it a lot. A lot of the monsters seem more fair than I think people usually say it is. I
think manually number crunching was just the worst part for me. It was just I I never knew the exact science, so it was always just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the exact means by which CR is calculated is a little weird. Also in Pathfinder 1E, there are some monsters that may not seem like they have that high a CR, but if you go up against the wrong party composition, it can be very bad.
There is that aspect too as well.
Rough.
Remember when I almost TPK'd you guys with a gelatinous cube?
See, the gelatinous cube is surprisingly beautiful monster, sir. Surprisingly beautiful.
Oh gosh.
It's like, I'm sorry, melee characters. Did you have a problem?
Yeah, basically all our power was in melee with that party, and it was not something we could easily deal with because we had very little in the way of ranged output.
It's back.
Or energy attacks,
Yeah, we were hurting for energy. I don't remember who had the one and only energy attack for the party.
The Blood Rager, maybe?
I could do it one time.
Right? So, I mean, that made the cube an ostentatious no-go zone, and yet we still...
Our option was to Monty Python style. Run away!
Well, one of the things I've worked very hard on in this game in particular is there's a whole bunch of gear items, and fortunately, as long as you're stocking up on gear items, they give you a very convenient solution to handling most of the monsters that are total BS. So, there's at least that aspect to it. A lot of things, blanches that you can use to bypass cold iron DR, silver good, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Things that let you see invisible creatures, like the glitter. It's just a glitter grenade.
I want those.
And also the Baja Blast, which is everyone's favorite item.
Baja Blast?
Yeah, it's got a fruity punch to it, and also 20d6 damage.
So are we going to call it then?
Yes, sir.
I think so.
I will say I am very excited for this.
Next time.
Hold
Thank you very much for watching D6 Damage, our journey down the Akashic Paths. It should be fun, crazy, and violent. All of which are things that I know we love and you love them too. So come back next time as we journey down the Akashic Paths here on D6 Damage. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.